Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the village hidden within the Skreets. We are the Black Flames. My name is Bam.
And my name's Dr. Griffs. Welcome back, y'all. Bam. Question.
Yes, sir.
Do you watch anime?
Anime? I don't know. Like, what do you classify as anime? You know, what do you classify as that?
That's a deep question. Not the Boondocks and potentially not Avatar. But else is SpongeBob, Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's all.
I mean, Timmy Turner.
Fairly Odd Parents, all that anime. Nah, but okay. I take it you read manga or manga.
Obviously.
Tomato.
Yeah, I think I've always started off with just primarily being. Short answer, yes, I love anime, like, you know. But I think I primarily started off with watching anime, but then as I got older and as I got more impatient because, you know, these anime would go on hiatuses and like whatever, I was like, you know what, I really just need to know what the story's about. And then, so that's when I started getting into manga, and now manga for a lot of different series is kind of my preferred method of absorbing it.
Yeah, I think for me, I really started reading manga back when the big three was first announced. There was Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. That was probably like what we were like high school.
Yeah. Like the big three. I remember the big three being, because remember, like if we're talking about specifically One Piece came out like 1990s, bro. Like,
yeah.
One Piece came when we just started existing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like to be able to read it on a phone, on like the internet.
Yeah,
I feel like we were
teens.
So for me, like Naruto was my favorite to read. It had a nice mixture of art and like length of the words. Bleach was the best art, maybe. I like the character model, like Orihime and
what's her name? Remember that Rancor? Remember the blonde hair, the Rancor with green eyes? Yeah.
Okay, I was young, y'all. And One Piece, like I didn't really like the art. It was hit and miss for me. And the words, just a whole bunch of words. I was skimming One Piece, and I've been skimming through One Piece for most of my adult life. But this last arc of One Piece, I think have you been following the last arc of One Piece?
Oh, bro, like me, I won't say I've always been a committed. I haven't always been a committed One Piece fan. I think there's been periods in my life where I'll just go full force into One Piece, catch up to the anime, catch up to the manga, and then I'll just disappear for like a couple years. So this is just one of those. So right now I'm in that phase where I'm like, I'm not a One Piece expert, but I definitely feel like I have above average knowledge in terms of One Piece for a casual fan of the series. Because I'm pretty much up to date. I'm up to date with the anime, and I'm up to date with the manga. I'm also a clip warrior. Like, you know, like I'll constantly go into the clips, because honestly, one of the issues I have with One Piece, strictly the anime, is the amount of flashbacks and filler and reused scenes and screenshots they use. Like I feel like any One Piece fan will tell you, like, okay, you skip the first 5 minutes because there's a lot of recap of reused scenes they used from the previous episodes, and there's a couple different attempts to be filler, but not really, within the episode itself, where a character will reference back to something that happened in the past, and then the animators will take this opportunity to reuse scenes from like 50 to 60 episodes ago, right? And you're just like, damn, where's the new content? So like you'll watch an episode that's like goes on for 24 minutes, but then it's like maybe 6 to 8 minutes of actual new real content. So for me, when it comes to One Piece, I definitely prefer the manga just because to avoid that. But sometimes, like One Piece, especially this Wano arc right now, be popping off. Some episodes just be
crispy.
Ooh. Just crispy. Be like, I'm like, yo, the budget, like y'all out here like, yo, Ufotable, can we get some advice on what we need to do to be like Demon Slayer? Like, what can we do? Like, some of these episodes just be like slapping you in the face, like, oh my gosh, you gotta watch it.
Facts.
But I think, yeah.
So, you've seen the Luffy versus Kaido fight? Or several?
Yeah, I've seen several iterations and parts of the Luffy versus Kaido fight, yes.
And you see the conclusion of the fight? I guess it's the conclusion.
Fuck, yo, dude.
I guess it's the conclusion? I guess? Maybe? Perhaps? What y'all think? Is the fight over?
So me and Dr. Griffs were talking about this a little bit before actually recording it. So, fun fact for you guys, this wasn't even actually the topic we were supposed to talk about today. But we just were like so invested in the conversation we had before. We were just like, yo, freaking, let's just talk about this, right? So today, what we're going to talk about, and you know how we do, we might branch off a little bit. We're going to be talking about, what's going on with One Piece and Kaido's defeat right now? Like, what's going on? Okay, like. So I was talking to Dr. Griffs about this, and I'm saying, if you guys are up to date, and of course if you're not up to date, get out of here. Like you're about to get spoiled.
Or spoil yourself.
Or spoil yourself. But whatever. We'll take the views. Yeah. Kaido is defeated by Luffy. Okay. Yeah, it's obvious. We know that Kaido would get defeated by Luffy. It's obvious, right? It's like, this is the trajectory of the story. Like, Luffy has to defeat Kaido in order to progress the story along. It's obvious, right? But the way Luffy defeated Kaido and the way Oda is almost hiding Kaido and Big Mom, for that matter, is weird to me. So. My thought about it is that if we pay attention to every arc in One Piece so far, when it comes to a major villain's defeat, going back to Arlong, going back to that guy that has the blades on his fingers, you remember that guy? Going back to Alabasta, going back to Enel, going back to every other major villain, Doflamingo, the villain gets defeated by Luffy in some way. And we see their unconscious body, bloody and beaten up, somewhere on the floor. And then we eventually find out about them being captured and put away in prison, or them losing the status. We get some kind of confirmation like they're done in this stage in the story, right? But this is the weirdest defeat, right? Because it's Luffy basically using his most powerful attack yet in Gear 5th, the Bajrang gun. OP, super powerful attack that is crazy. Defeats Kaido, sends him meters into the crust of the earth, and he's just chilling in lava right now. And that's the last we see of Kaido and also Big Mom, because apparently Big Mom is sitting there right next to him, like bathing in lava right now. And so, like me, when I first saw that chapter, and Dr. Griffs, let me know what you thought about it. When I first saw that chapter, I was like, okay, next chapter, we're about to see Kaido and Big Mom crawl out of the lava, but they're kind of done. They're kind of like, yo, y'all got this round, I'll get my revenge later, or like some kind of confirmation of understanding that we're not dead, but yes, Luffy, you won. Because it's just like, there's no way Luffy is going to, because we saw the aftermath of Gear 5th. We saw him going into that, I'm dying, kind of level. So it's like, no way after that major big attack with all that hockey and everything he used at this ultimate thing, that Luffy has any ounce of energy left in the tank, right? But then we didn't get that. We got a 7-day time skip where we have no freaking idea what happened to Kaido or Big Mom. And that's just weird to me, yo. What is your thoughts about that, Doctor? What is your thoughts?
Yeah, I was really thinking like maybe Momonosuke, like Kaido's gonna come back out the ground, maybe dragon form, something like that, and Momonosuke will do the final blow on Kaido. You know what I'm saying?
Momonosuke.
I mean, like, it'd be a nice spectacle. He avenged his dad, looking like his dad. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought.
The only way that could happen is like, you know, like when you're playing a video game with your friend, or like your friend's playing a video game with you, and they're like level 55, and you're like level 5. Yeah. And you're basically defeating the boss, and the boss has one shrivel of health left, and you're like, yo, you're level 5, you know, just tap him so you can get those experience points. That's the only way that I see Momonosuke doing a single hint of that with Kaido. I
mean, we got Usopp, the god destroyer Usopp in the show. We got Buggy the Clown. We got Hercule, from Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's a common trope, you know, people just ride the coattails, the coat.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
They could have had it so like the punch that Luffy did, the giant punch, might have hit Kaido in the X that Odin caught on him. Critical hit. Into the volcano, you know, he cut it open a little bit more, and Momonosuke, you know, I don't know, stabbed him in front of the whole.
He does have that. He does got like one of Odin's swords. I mean, like, and apparently based on what we see in the latest chapter, Momonosuke got that prime genetics from Odin when he aged up. Apparently, like, his body's just default strong. He hasn't trained it properly yet. So, and he's a dragon. You know, he's got the power of a mythical dragon power. So I guess that could help him out a little bit. You know.
That might have been a better conclusion than what we got, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of course, Spike worded up a little bit. Don't do exactly what I just said. I mean, it's cool seeing Luffy win all the fights. I mean, he lost several of the fights to Kaido. He lost he lost the first time. He lost the second time. He got kicked off the island the third time. Then he fell off.
Yes. Like,
then he came back.
Like, Luffy needed so much help. Like, this is like, and I guess it's reflected in the new bounties we got for Luffy, Kid, and Law, which I think pretty dope. It's kind of weird how the Emperor system is set up now, but like, it's pretty dope how the bounties are structured. And my thinking, the reason why I feel like Kid and Law did not get Emperor status is because the world government is basically saying, hey, Kid, Law, and Luffy are on the same tier of power equivalently, but they're not on the same tier of influence. And I think the government knows that. Remember from Just Rosa, Luffy has as an alliance. He basically has a fleet of people that is like ready to come through and help him in any kind of war already. So somehow the government figured that out, that Luffy's got an alliance set up. So that's why I think they gave all Luffy needed was to be part of a team that defeated a Yonko. And maybe the extra boost of like defeating being part of a team that defeated 2 Yonkos at the same time. I think also added to the fact that like Luffy was stated as to be a new Yonko, but Kid and Law, even though they have the individual personal power to be a Yonko based on the viewpoint of the world government, they don't have enough fleets, they don't have enough manpower to hold territories, so they don't really. So even though they're powerful characters based on the world government, which I don't really think Kid personally has what it takes. Law though, Law be putting in extra kind of work in terms of how he does things. So I could see Law if he had like a support team and a fleet. Yeah. Definitely warlord level, definitely high level warlords, Kid and Law. But yeah, that's why I think that's why I think Luffy is Yonko level now, mainly because of that influential power he has. I also feel like it was also implied in the chapter that the world government wanted to suppress information about Luffy as much as possible. But big news working.
Luffy took out Kaido, so he should be at least like 4-5 bill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was not expecting both Kid and Law to have as much of a bounty increase as Luffy. Like they both all have the same bounty. To me, like I was thinking, like okay, it makes sense for Luffy to hit 3 bill, but make Law and Kid hit like 1.5 or 2.5. Yeah, make it close to Luffy, but don't be like on the same.
I watched a video that makes sense. I think they said they were trying to just suppress Luffy's they didn't want him to be Monkey D Luffy. They're trying to suppress the whole he's joyboy.
Trying to prove the D, right? Yeah.
So they're trying to just be like, hey, they're all equal, but you know, everybody knows they're not all equal. Mm-hmm. So that's why they said 3 bill for each. The Luffy's probably really, you know, like 4, 5 at this point. However, it's weird. It's kind of like the Dragon Ball Z with the power system, the power levels. Mm-hmm. It's like after 9,000, you get kind of money. Like, okay, that guy's 10 million, that guy's 20 million. You got 30 million.
That's what I kind of like about One Piece compared to other One Piece's ranking of power system compared to other systems, like Dragon Ball Z, is because Oda literally makes it a joke. Like Chopper's power level is like 50 berries. Like you know what I mean? But like Chopper is easily taking out like I think he's easily clapping like vice captains in the Marines. You know what I mean? Like he goes into his giant form. He's got a lot of different transformations. He's incredibly smart. So I feel like and then also we got like Usopp's bounty and like his whole thing he's got going on. So these bounty he kind of makes it's kind of like is a loose system. Sometimes it's based on facts, sometimes it's, you know, instead of like and it also makes it more fun in my opinion. Also makes it more fun compared to like something like Dragon Ball Z where it's like, oh, my power level's higher than yours, so I'm going to win. The only way for you to beat me is to get a higher power level. Instead of it being more like, oh, my double fruit can do this, and I can manipulate the environment like that, and I have this hotkey that I can implement this kind of way. That's your specific weakness in this specific context. You know, it's like very different. Makes it more interesting.
I think. What do you think? So when we watched the fight, right? Mm-hmm. Luffy got clapped several times by Kaido.
Yes.
So I feel like it was different from him versus Doflamingo. Because him versus Doflamingo, Law fought Doflamingo's side person, right? His second in command, you know, that gas, you know, mucus guy, right?
Yeah.
And Luffy fought Doflamingo. Mm-hmm. There's one time that they kind of tag teamed him and Law, but for the most part, it was just one-on-one. Is that fair to say?
Law hit Doflamingo with a gamma knife and ruined his internal organs. So, I mean, that internal organ damage is kind of like an issue you got to deal with. You know what I mean?
He healed himself, but at that time there were still 2 people on the ceiling. Like there was like, no man.
But I will say for the most part you're absolutely right, because Luffy was only struggling until he went Gear 4. Gear 4, especially if you're reading a manga, the anime makes it think like, oh, it's more equal. It's more like a back and forth, like equal struggle. No. The manga, if you're an anime only and you think Gear 4 to Luffy at that time was like on par with Doflamingo, no. The manga said clap. King Kong Gun, delete. There's no struggle between the strings and all that pushback. No, it was like done. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm. And you compare that to Kaido versus Luffy fight. You know, the first time, Kaido obliterated him. One shot.
Easy.
Luffy goes on his training arc, learns the whole, you know, spirit, gil, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And the second time he fought, he lost again. Is that not accurate? The second time they fought was the actual invasion, right?
Yes. And he did lose. Yep.
The third time he actually fell into the ocean. Is that accurate?
Did he fall into the ocean, or Momonosuke caught him just in time? I'm trying to remember.
No, he fell into the whole ocean. And then he'll start speaking to everybody. He starts speaking to Momonosuke. He starts speaking to Elephant. He starts speaking to the submarine saved him.
Yeah.
Right? The fourth time, CPO cheated, grabbed his arm, he knocked him out.
Yes.
You know. that came out as Joyboy.
But also keep this extra in mind. There was another time when Luffy went to his Gear 4 and he was doing the Kong Gatling gun on Kaido. His Gear 4 burnt out. If Zoro and the others weren't there, that's clap of dead for Luffy. So I would consider that a pseudo defeat, because if Zoro wasn't there, if Kid and Law weren't there to cover for you until you've recharged, it was this was like a massive raid boss that they were fighting. Like Kaido, this is not equivalent. Like Luffy is not defeating Kaido by himself. You know what I mean? This is like Luffy is an emperor now, but he's not like Kaido level emperor. Like this was not a fair fight. It was a necessary thing to defeat him. Like it needed to. Necessary. Yeah. And I'm not saying you should look for a fair fight against Kaido, but it's not like Luffy claps Kaido. It's more like Luffy's your primary mover against Kaido, but you still need that support.
Facts. So, like, I don't know. I feel like for Luffy to be Pirate King, I feel like you gotta pick on Big Mom and Kaido at the same time.
Clap them like easy difficulty though?
Yeah. Like he has to like no diff or like low diff beat Kaido, and also low diff beat Big Mom without any help, without any support. Them both at 100%. I mean, I guess it's been hinted at about the Joy Boy thing, but it kind of felt like he didn't really earn that win.
Yeah. To me, it's like I felt like the angle that Oda was gonna go with Joy Boy was, of course, make Luffy as powerful as possible. But I felt like the angle of Joy Boy was that truly defeating Kaido and Big Mom was more like, I'm gonna convince you why I should be the Pirate King, and you're gonna be like, alright, you got it. Not because you're stronger than me, even though you might be stronger than me, but you're convincing me because, like, oh damn, you achieving your dream will allow everyone else to achieve their dream. You got it.
You want a little talk no jutsu, you saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not even talk no jutsu. It's more like they'll just like look at Luffy's life and shit and be like, damn, this guy just having so much fun enjoying life and like having fun in this battle and like, let's see. I do feel liberated. Like, and I also feel like during the fight, like we see Kaido feel more and more liberated. Because Kaido's thing is a little sad. It's a little sad because Kaido's like, damn. The reason why he's like one of the lines in the manga is like him basically admitting that he wanted to create war because he feels like through war, men and individuals can find freedom and liberation through battle. So it's like he was trying to pursue that liberation, that freedom as well, but just through the means of war, being like, oh, a life and death battle, like none of this other stuff matters.
Oh, sorry, the camera overheated.
Oh snap! Yeah. Oh, you tested the limits of it. Testing the limits.
All right. Just pause it.
Well, Dr. Griffs is trying to figure that out. This video has been sponsored by us.
I'm I'll just take that setting off.
Sure. This video has been sponsored by Dr. Griffs and BAM. And if you want to get more support and understand where BAM and Dr. Griffs come from individually, type the link, go into the description, check the links in the description for both Dr. Griffs' personal channel and BAM's personal channel, where you can get a whole bunch of other quality content that you can enjoy.
Yeah, let's see, we're at 25%.
25%.
Sorry.
It's the same camera?
Yeah.
No, it's the same camera, right? You just...
Yeah, I just turn it off, turn it back on, and I take off the power. So what I think I was about to say was, I think One Piece should take a little bit out of the Naruto book, because the Joy Boy thing was cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like there wasn't enough consequence of that power. Like,
not enough.
We saw Lee open the gates. He broke his legs. Well, I mean, Gaara broke his legs. But you know, or better yet, Naruto used the windmill shuriken for the first time. His arm was broken. Like, I feel like in One Piece, yes, you see them bandaged up, but it doesn't really mean much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see Sasuke's eyes go blind. You see Itachi's eyes go blind. Like, real consequences to the use of their powers. But Luffy shortened his life.
Even in Bleach, Ichigo does the final Gesuga Tensho. Soul Reaper power is gone. He has to go through this whole other arc to get it back. Right?
Fair. Fair.
It's crazy. Like, I don't understand what happened to Zoro. Like, Zoro was out here dancing with the Grim Reaper for a little bit. So
yeah, it kind of, maybe we'll find out in another 200 chapters what that Grim Reaper implication is. Like, I don't know. I think that was a low point for me reading the arc. Like, you saw Luffy, his face got all like cartoonish, sunk in, and I was like, okay, like maybe this is gonna be a real consequence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like with the single thing, he had to run away for a good 5-10 minutes to recharge.
Yes.
But I feel like that didn't really happen in this arc too much.
Yeah, the repercussions of it did not feel like anything. Did not feel like anything. Like, I'm like, yo, we fought against two Yonkos. But I kind of feel like what's happening, and I saw other videos talk about this. It's kind of like the idea of accumulated damage that Luffy's been taking. So, like, you know, basically him going through Gear Second, the amount of poison and physical damage he's been taking, the amount of like hormones he would take to make sure that he could keep going. Remember the character, what's his name? Ivanka, the character that has the poison ability, the hormone ability, right? So, like, thinking about the amount of times he's taking those injections to speed up his healing process, and the amount of times, like, people will still say that Rob Lucci was not capping when he says using Gear Second is taking years off of your life. And so people like, the post time skip will make you think like, oh, Luffy got that Gear Second mastered, down packed. But some people still believe that every time Luffy uses Gear Second, he's shaving years off his life. So if that's true, if Oda's going down the path of accumulated damage, and Luffy's just pushing it back, I feel like it might be possible that once we find a One Piece, Luffy sees it, he does the whole laughing thing. Hopefully us as viewers, we see it as well, and we all have a laugh as well. And he just passes. I think he just passes from all that accumulated damage. He's like, I achieved my goal, I'm done, I could die with a smile on my face, and he just passes. That's what I feel like Oda might be stacking it up to.
That makes sense. Like a 20-something going. Do you think is his goal to see the One Piece or just become the Pirate King? His goal to be the most free. That's right.
Yeah, the goal is. I think his personal goal is to become the most free. Apparently, there's specifics to that goal that Oda is hiding from us. But I think becoming the Pirate King and obtaining the One Piece is the same thing.
Okay.
That's what Goldie Roger was basically saying. Like, you know, it's like he hid everything he owns in One Piece and everything. So I feel like if you get the One Piece, people define you as the Pirate King.
Okay.
Yeah. Now here's a fun question before we start wrapping it up, because it's coming close to that time. Current Luffy with Gear 5th and the Bajrank Gun. How do you compare him to, let's say, Whitebeard at Marineford?
I mean, Doflamingo Luffy punched the ground and destroyed the whole town, didn't he?
Yeah, the whole island, I should say. He split the whole island.
So, I need to see I saw the giant fist, but I need to see like that in the animation, see the devastation.
The scale of it.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems like he might be right there in terms of destructive power.
Yeah, some people were doing the math and measuring and stuff, and basically someone did the maths because like it's Onigashima. Onigashima is like the island. It's an island built for giants. You know what I mean? And Luffy's fist was equivalent to that island. So like Luffy's one fist, like if he just puts it down, like if say this is the size of an island, right? Right here's the size of an island. This is Luffy's fist. Covers the Bajrang gun was a fist the size of a whole island. Him just letting gravity would just crush everybody. You get me?
Yeah. So at this point in the story,
yes,
Naruto characters or One Piece characters, who's stronger? Like the top end.
Oh, like top end? Naruto characters.
Okay.
But I feel like, damn, hockey is a weird thing. It'll all depend on how hockey compares to the chakra system. Yeah, it'll depend on that. I think they're very close. We
don't have to right now. That could be the question that we leave for the commenters to ponder.
Yeah. But also, so we'll leave that question, and also like, what do you guys personally feel about this conclusion of Wano, this defeat of Kaido and Big Mom? Because right now it just feels very different than how Oda has done it so far, and we're about to be on a whole 1 month break. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
How much more is there in the show to go?
In the show?
Yeah.
Well, based
are we 50% there? 25%? 20%?
Oh, to the completion of Wano or to the completion of the series?
Story.
Oh. Yeah, well, Oda said himself, we're going to the final saga. Not the final arc, the final saga. So if it was the final arc, I feel like it would have been like two years because Wano took like 4 years in the manga. Like Wano was a long arc. But when it comes to the final saga, I feel we might have 5 more years of One Piece. 5. I think the final saga might be 2 or 3 arcs. I think that's what. Because right now it seems like next arc we're going to is Albat, the land of the giants. So that seems like it's going to be a very Usopp focused arc, because that's where Usopp wanted to go and interacting with the giants. Usopp might get some crazy power up. I don't know. He might get like, but also maybe he might not get a power up, because Oda did mention that he kind of wants Usopp to be the weakest member of the crew. Like he always wants him to be that way. But I mean, weak compared to your captain with a 3 billion berry bounty, you know, it might not be too crazy. You might get 1 billion. Hey, I don't know.
That's a good point, and I think at that we should end today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in to the Village and the Skreets. I'll let Bam do the outro, but even though at this point I still don't know how he says it, so I'll let Bam do what Bam does.
I thought you were doing a great job. Yo guys, we thank you for coming through to the village hidden within the Skreets. We really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your schedules to engage in this conversation. Let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about what's going on with One Piece right now, and like, is there any other anime or manga that you guys are following that would be cool to see us kind of talk about and everything? Like the video if you liked it. Comment if you have things you want to share with us. Subscribe if you want to see more, and also if you want to see us in different contexts, our links to our separate channels are down below in the description. And yes, we appreciate you guys. This is Bam and Dr. Griffs. Peace.